Whew. Man, what's up? I would formally like to apologize to anybody that watches this of my inconsistency. It's been about 3 months since I made a Hunter x Hunter video, and I'm not proud to say that. It finally took me a couple of weeks ago to finish the Greed Island arc. And the reason why I've been taking my time on this so much is because Hunter x Hunter is on another hiatus, as we all know. So until Togashi starts making more chapters, it's like I should just take my time with Hunter x Hunter, the manga version. I've already watched the anime, so I know what goes down, but there really is more into the manga that the 1999 anime got some of it, but the 2011 anime didn't get most of it. It didn't get most of the things that were on the manga. And Jesus, the manga's fucking brutal, bro. It's brutal as hell. But this is going to be a little review about the Greed Island arc. So, as we know, after the Phantom Troop arc was over, it went right to the Greed Island. It was originally supposed to go to Greed Island, but Phantom Troop came to New York, or York New City, and that's where Kurapika and Lororio have already agreed where they were going to meet and stuff like that. So we just went through that little arc months ago. Now we're on a new one. So they go to the bidding, and they can't get the Greed Island game because shit's too expensive. You're asking for billions of dollars. These 12-year-old kids don't have that shit. So they eventually go up to the guy that did get it. His name is Batora or Battery. I don't want to come so unprofessional and not know his name, but it's Batura's. It's Batura's actually. So Batura, he's basically trying to receive something that can save his wife because his wife is dying. So by any means, he's going to pay whatever he has to do to get his wife to be healthy again so he can go on and live the rest of his life with her, carry on the will with her. So Gon and Killua aren't ready. They aren't ready to go to Greed Island. And Tessgira, he's basically telling them, like, nah, you're not ready. You need to get your shit together. You guys are kids. And you guys don't even have nin powers yet. You guys don't have your nin specialty. So come back in a couple of weeks and we'll see if we'll let you, join. So obviously, them being the main characters, it wasn't going to be hard for them. I'm not going to say plot armor is insane, but, these kids are kids. They're 12 years old and they have superpowers. So you just know they're going to have so much potential if they're starting at this age. Because most people that, become a hunter or they discover nin, they don't discover nin until, they're at least in the 18 to 20 range, because a kid having this power, it's sort of dangerous because it's, it could result to death. Like they could die at that age. But, as our characters shown that they can go against all odds. So this is the start of Gon and Killua's nin specialties. We get Gon doing the rock, paper, scissors. So Kan, Jin, Gon, like that. And then you have Killua with his electricity. This is where we also see Biscuit. Now, Biscuit plays a major role in this arc too, because even though she looks like she's just a little girl that is helpless and needs somebody to help her, she's actually one of the strongest nin users of all time. and was teaching Wing how to use Nin and stuff like that. So she's like that. So as they, pass and, they're finally going into the Greed Island and all that stuff, they get a rookie welcome. Someone puts a spell on Killua, but it's like that didn't even matter. So who cares? Biscuit, she sees that these boys aren't really doing anything. So, why not just watch them? And this is where we get to start to see our main antagonist, Gentaro. Gentaro, if you were reading Hunter x Hunter for the first time, you would never think that Gentaro would be this much of a fucking killer. But, I mean, his ability is so crazy because it's like a bomber thing. Like, if you touch him, if he touches you, he can basically set the bomb on you and he can kill you within any moment. So he was so strategically just touching people without them noticing that he's the bomber. And people are already talking about who's the bomber. But with Gon's instinct, he gets a feel that this guy is not trustworthy. Why would I want to join him? I'm going to do this by myself. So they go through their own path. And then Gentaro just kills everybody, basically. Like, So this guy's just going on a killing spree. It was kind of sickening to watch because, like, he's just playing with people's lives. Like, he's just playing with people's lives. Like, the way he just, like, he got so power hungry because of his Nin ability that it didn't matter. It was like, bro, I could give you all of my cards and he'll still kill me. So it's just like, I'm dead either way. Fuck you, Gentaro. But anyways, as that goes down, we also have Hisoka that is looking for a Nin exorcist to help Chrollo get this curse off of him to where he could use his Nin again so that he can fight Chrollo. So as we're seeing that happen, the Phantom Troop joined, but the Phantom Troop joined illegally. So we see Razor basically send them back to the start so they can come back and, start over again and look for whatever they got to look for. Even though Razor saw how strong they were, it's not his job to really fight them. So it was basically, yeah, I know who you guys are. You guys are strong as fuck, but you guys can't come through here, and this is my game. So off you go, sends them back. Eventually they find Hisoka, and then they find somebody that can take the Nin out of, that can take the little Nin spell out of Chrollo. And the black guy, I forget his name, but it's not really relevant as we speak. He basically was on a bomb trap that Gentaro set up from everybody because, as they were trying to join him, he was touching everybody, making sure that they give him his cards or he'll kill them all. So he took it out, and he took it out before it killed everybody. So it was like a buzzer beater. He used the thing to take it out, and he hit himself for the rest of the game. So I actually no, he didn't get rid of the bomb specifically, but the Nin curse that he put on himself made him still alive. Like it saved him basically until he touched the bomber, because you have to touch the bomber and say, I caught the bomber before it blows you up. So he touched him at the very end, but we're not going to get to that part yet. We're going to talk more about Gon and Killua and their development. Gon is still a kid that's trying to learn how to use Nin at this point. And Killua is pretty adaptive to it because he's already went through assassin training. So he's a very well-rounded fighter. All he has to do is just keep on practicing Nin. But with Gon has to practice learning how to fight because he's never really been in a death situation before when it came to fighting other nin users. So these other adults that know nin, they're obviously strong as hell. So why would you put him against that with no experience? So yeah, Bisky can't just watch him, waste his potential like that and just die off. No, she was destined to help him, and that's what happened. So for almost 6 months, they're just training and training and training, and Gon is getting better and better and better at what he's doing. They're learning all the small things about Nen, Ryu, all of it. They're showing all of it, and it's just like, yeah, this is what Hunter x Hunter is about. Hunter x Hunter is about Gon learning how to get stronger every arc, so then he could find the strongest hunter of all time, which is his father. So, why not have one of the best nin specialists of all time help you? And he doesn't even know it until, she reveals herself, but yeah. Excuse me. So, as Genthru and his team are just gathering all these cards, Tazgira, there are also people that have been in this game for years that are close to ending the game too, but they need help because they can't defeat the Bomber for real. They can't. So they collab with Gon and Killua and Biscuit, and they know that they have to go find Razor, which Razor takes care of these prison guards. Well, these prisoners for real. I'm sorry, y'all. These prisoners for real. And, they do sports. They do a little sports thing. You have to beat most of these guys at least six to 9 times. I'm pretty sure it was like 6 to 9 times. And Razor eventually was just like, okay, we're going to play dodgeball. So the dodgeball part was probably the best part of the arc because it showed you how strong Razor was with, having his clones and then also doing nin spikes and it just being hard for these motherfuckers to catch. Gon, Killua, Biscuit, they all failed the first time because they had other people with them that weren't really relevant. Even though they weren't NPCs, they were NPCs in their eyes too, because these guys really weren't shit for them. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. They weren't shit. So they go back, they get Tazgira, they get his crew, and they get this one guy that was with them too. He saw the potential in Gon and Killua, so he was obviously going to stay with them. And then they also recruited Hisoka. So you got Hisoka, you got Gon and Killua, you got Tazgira and his squad, Biscuit, and also the guy that, I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I don't know his name, but but they play a game of dodgeball and they realize this nigga Razor is really like that. They realize he's really like that. So Gon is going hard as hell trying to hit him with this, and he got him a couple of times to the point where he had to use his back pass so he can get back into the game because his clones can't really do much. They can multiply and they can combine, but at the end of the day, if you're strong, the real person is going to have to show up because no clone is going to be stronger than a real person. So with the way the dodgeball game went, Gon and Killua, they knew that they were the only ones that can really beat them and Hisoka. They do it. So they get the card that they need. They kick them out of the village because they were basically in the village. It was a game basically. So how the game is set up is with Razor and his squad, they invaded this town, this village, and they made these NPCs tell them like, yeah, we're stuck here and we need them to go and we need your help. So they did their job. and they eventually got the card that everybody was looking for. It was at least number 2. I remember that. And they got it. So this is where Genthru is finally noticing Gon and Killua and Biscuit, because now they have almost all the cards except for the number 2 card. So they finally come into terms where they're going to meet and they're prepared to battle. Luckily for Biscuit, Biscuit is such a well-known nin specialist that she had this all planned out. We're going to split up. You are going to get Genthru. I'm going to get this guy. And Killua, you're going to get that guy. So me and Killua are cool. But Gon, don't do too much. This guy is very dangerous. So please be careful. Gon didn't listen at all. Eventually, when they started fighting, Gon was getting his ass beat. But luckily for him, Genthru he knows he's stronger than Killua. I mean, he knows he's stronger than Gon. So what does he do? He wants to break Gon's will. And that's most of what happens with Hunter x Hunter. Well, I'll say this. Gon's will is very strong, and people that have fought Gon know that he has a very strong willpower and determination to find his dad. So these little sidetracks are not going to stop him. Even though Genthru doesn't know that he wants to see his father, he knows that this guy has a willpower of a monster that won't be stopped by nobody. And for Genthru, he wants to be that one to stop it, because he feels like he can end this journey that Gon has been trying to go through basically for a whole 2 years now. So his ego got the best of him trying to break his will, and you couldn't break his will. Gon already had everything set up because he knows he can't just beat him 1v1. So he eventually trapped him to the point where Genthru was stuck. He couldn't do shit. Like, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. John, Ken, boom, right to the stomach. It was over right there. Trapped him everywhere. Trapped him into a small place where he put gasoline on him and water and stuff. So if he did try to blow Gon up, he would blow himself up too. So he's fucked. He's fucked at this point. Beats Genthru. Killua beats his mans. We see Biscuit turn into a whole fucking man at this point, because goddamn, why is she 7 foot tall after she just transformed into a kid? Nin is very crazy, bro. Nin is very crazy. If only if it was real. But Gon eventually gets his arms back after sacrificing it versus Genthru. And they get all the cards, and Gon is the winner of Greed Island. So he completes the game, and it's another step closer to him meeting his father. So at the end, they meet Jing's friends. And funny story, the guy that's in that dirty ass room, that's the creator Togashi's room. Like, so it was funny how he took a bit of his room and made it into the cartoon. Well, made it into the anime. Just a little, Easter egg or something like that. So Gon has the choice to meet Jing. And Jing, he knew that if he brought his friend, he didn't want to meet him, because to him, why do you need your friend to meet me? So the game girl sends Gon to Kite. And this is where we get the beginning of the Chimera Ant arc. So Killua and Gon, they go to Kite. That's where they meet Kite. And that's the beginning of the Chimera Ant arc. So overall, I thought this arc was pretty cool. I thought it was a great arc, to be honest, because it's completely different than any arc that you see. As you saw, Heaven's Gate Arena, the Hunter exams, Killua, the Zodiac arc, and the Phantom Troop arc, you know, they're obviously their own arcs, but this one had a different feel to it because it's like, wow, we're in a video game. It's giving off video game vibes. It gives off this Kingdom Hearts type of game vibes. Like any games, any RPG game that you can think of, Greed Island was that. So it was pretty interesting to see them in a video game, but they weren't really in a video game. It was a video game, but it wasn't a video game. They had to be in the video game in order to complete the game. And if you died in real life too, because it's all applying to real life. It's just that these guys made their nin so strong that they made a video game where it's powerful enough to realize, to make you think that you're just in a video game and when you die, you go back to the real world. Nah, you die in real life too. So, you know, that was pretty interesting. I thought them finding all the cards, that was pretty cool. I just liked the whole vibe to it. So, excuse me real quick. So overall, I would give Greed Island a 6.5 out of 10. Even though I liked it, I thought, you know, they were spending a little too much time on the side quest missions, just, you know, getting all these cards, which was cool, but it's not something that I personally want to see for myself. So, yeah. So let me tell you guys about my future videos. So I just finished One Piece, and with that, I want to talk about One Piece post time skip because the pre-time skip was very cool, and I might do more videos about certain topics of One Piece because One Piece is gaining its end. It's going to its end game, and it's getting wild. I'm going to start doing more like chapter reviews because I finally caught up to it. But yeah, that's all I want to say on that. And there's going to be a couple more shows and anime reviews that I'm going to do. Like I said, I want to apologize for being inconsistent. And even though there's only 20 or 19 subscribers, y'all don't deserve me to just be going like that and not have any updates or anything. So I know for sure that I'm going to start making more videos, and I'm going to start making this a little bit more serious because I truly like reading manga and I truly like watching anime. And I would love to talk to other people about animes and mangas so then we can all come together and talk about this shit. So that's the end of my video. I hope you guys, like and subscribe because I'm going to come out with more videos, especially One Piece videos. And I might even talk about, extra shit too, like sports, like I did with the Super Bowl. I might do that with the finals coming up too. And also some life shit for real. I don't want this to just be exclusively anime page, anime manga page. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.